Welcome in. It is the local and community issues and answers right here with Jonathan Lawson. And we're so thankful to have in our studios today from the Barbourville Police Department, Mr. Steve Owens and Mr. Mike Broughton. Welcome in, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
We're going to talk about a lot of things that's going on in Barbourville and in our area. You've got different topics, and drugs is right up there at the top of our list. And you guys are doing such a phenomenal job on the war against drugs. Now, how long have you been with the Barbourville Police Department?
Jonathan, I've been with the Barbourville Police Department for 20 years, actually going into my 21st year, and currently hold the position of Chief of Police.
Chief? Okay, and throughout the years, I'm very sure that you've helped countless people. And tell us about the department.
My department, we have a total of 15 men, 2 detectives, one being Detective Owens, who works most of our crimes involving assaults,
Right.
rapes, murders, things like that. And also have a street-level drug detective.
Okay. And people don't realize the dangers that you all face on a daily basis. Protecting and serving our community, it's a dangerous work.
Yes, it is.
And let me ask you a question. You being a detective, you have to face a lot of things as well, dangerous situations.
Yes, sir, it is. Fortunately, from my standpoint, as far as a safety perspective, it's usually much more after the fact. And then, of course, once we develop leads, that point's when it becomes more of an active part on me.
It seems like here recently there's been a vast robberies are up on the high, and businesses being robbed and individuals' house invasions. What are things we as the public need to watch for and be able to let you guys know?
Well, one of the things I would recommend is that generally it seems that with armed robberies, there can be some type of a cue prior to it happening. If you observe anything suspicious, pay particular attention to who that person is, to what they're doing. It may give you some kind of insight into what's about to happen.
And maybe details of what they was wearing, their facial looks and things like that?
Absolutely. You need to be aware of your surroundings and also never get into a routine.
Okay.
And always be aware that someone's probably watching you.
Okay. And, there's so much robbery going on right now. It just seems like it's probably drug-related, too. You rob people, and then you resell, steal somebody's four-wheeler or their lawnmower or whatever, and it's all drug-related. One thing leads to the other.
We're facing the same epidemic that all of Kentucky, it seems, southeast Kentucky is facing with the drug issues. Absolutely, the crimes that we see occurring can be contributed directly to the drug problem that we're facing in Knox County.
Right. And people need to be on their guard and aware, because just the other day in Barbourville, there was a tobacco store robbed.
That's correct.
And, it's good for people to be aware of their surroundings, like you said. What about better ways to protect ourselves? Any tips on that, like mace or anything like that?
Steve, let you.
Well, certainly we support individuals' right to lawfully protect themselves. I would recommend some type of training, if available, to be able to legally protect oneself from violent encounters that may occur. Observation is, of course, the first component and the most important in any type of situation, whether it be to protect yourself or to avoid an encounter.
Right. Well, you guys deal with so much. I mean, you deal with robberies, you deal with drugs, thefts, domestic violence. You guys are constantly going. I mean, and what are ways as we as the public can support the Barbourville Police Department?
The biggest support that the community could give to the Barbourville Police Department, we need your help. When crimes occur, if you know who's committed a crime, please let us know. Get involved.
Right. Get involved.
Get involved.
What about erratic driving and erratic driving in, road rage and things like that?
Absolutely. We see that daily. And the biggest thing with that would be, Jonathan, just report it. Call the 911 center, report what you're seeing, a tag number, you know, if possible, stay on the phone until an officer can get to that area and check it out.
People don't realize the dangers people are when they're cutting in and out. They're not only taking their life, they could take some innocent person's life on both sides of the highway. The highway wasn't built for a racetrack, in other words.
That's correct.
And you know, you've got a lot of drivers now that are impaired because they're on prescription medication and they don't need to be behind that wheel.
That's correct. You know, we are seeing more intoxicated drivers, it seems like during the daylight hours than we are in the night hours. You know, I was told a long time ago by my dad, nothing good happens after midnight, but anymore it seems like they've come into the light with this thing.